저는 건축가 송멜로디입니다. 보다라는 회사를 이끌고 있습니다.
저는 마야 웨스트라고 하고요. My name is Maya. 여기 서울에 있는 솔트라는 대안공간을 지금 2년째 운영하고 있습니다. 상당히 열린 형식으로 운영되고 있어서 유기적으로 모이는 어떤 사람들로 이루어진 그런 커뮤니티라고 보시면 될 것 같아요.
So immediately I thought of salt. So I approached Maya with an idea for basically a collaborative, community-driven resin cast table where people could feel empowered to change their society by changing this kind of urban furniture and making it together.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting proposal. We hadn't worked together before, and I was excited at that prospect. And also, it's a thing that's important to me about SALT. A core ethos is that it is very sort of multidisciplinary and all kinds of different genres. And this felt like a way to explore and actually sort of experiment what different types of creative and practitioners would do with this kind of project.
So A World of Common Things, the title we came up together was references Hannah Arendt's quote where she describes the world as essentially us surrounding a table, and the table relates and also kind of positions us in space together. And we talked about how if the table was made out of metal and completely smooth, this aesthetic versus if the table was made in pieces totally changes how people interact with it and think they can change the table itself. So we wanted to encourage an aesthetic of modularity, changeability, where people feel empowered to start to question and modify their built environment together, society together. A building facade is arguably just as public as a street because more people outside the building look at the building than the people inside the building. So, and we designed it in a modular, we talked about it being modular so that although it is an image, if it was realized, people could actually come in and change the modules in the facade.
Right, so it went from praxis to concept. And in that process, I also had an interesting experience of kind of having to become much clearer about what I mean when I say community and participation, sort of redefining all these words. And so Melody and I realized, okay, we will expand the definition of community, right? So what started out with being a SALT and Melody and Boda project became more about, okay, what is the larger sort of community of creatives that we can pull from? Like, where are those boundaries in terms of who we can ask to participate, where we place the meaning of this project? So that was also really interesting and valuable and ultimately evolved the whole thing.
We were really excited about a truly participatory process for the installation. Yeah, so for me it was like a reflection on what it means to have participatory design. So it was a challenge, I feel, for both of us.
이 어떤 해결책을 제시하는 게 아니라 문제를 어떤 이렇게 지목하고 그 과정의 시작을 어떤 선호하는 행사와 시도로 생각을 하면 좋지 않을까?